Hi guys, I am explaining you zoology first year subject in easy way so that you can understand in easy way and well prepare for your IP exams. I am explaining you important points. These important points in the exam they ask in very short answers, VSQs. I am explaining you zoology unit 1, diversity of living world. Important points to be remembered. Metabolism, the sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in the bodies of organisms is called metabolism. Here, sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in the bodies of organisms, where it occurs in the bodies of organisms, is called metabolism. Metabolism includes anabolic processes and catabolic processes. First is anabolic processes. The life processes which build up or store conserve energy are called anabolic processes. Here life processes which build up or store conserve. Here conserve means protect energy are called anabolic processes. Example, the growth and mineralization of bone and increase in muscle mass. Second is catabolic processes. The life processes involving expenditure of energy are called catabolic processes. Here, life processes involving what it is doing involving expenditure of energy. It means it refers to the amount of energy an individual uses to maintain essential body functions are called catabolic process. Example, digestion, cellular respiration, etc. Next is living organisms and non-living objects. It differentiates between growth in a living organism and non-living object. Living organisms. In living organisms, growth occurs inside due to increase in mass and in number of cells. Here, in living organisms, growth occurs from inside due to increase in mass. It occurs from inside and due to increase in mass and in number of cells. In plants, growth occurs throughout their life, whereas in animals, it is limited up to certain age only. It means in plants, growth occurs throughout their life continuous, whereas in animals it is limited up to a certain age only. In animals it is limited only. Non-living objects. In non-living objects, growth occurs by accumulation of material on the surface. It means non-living objects growth doesn't occur. The growth does not occur. In non-living objects, growth occurs by accumulation of material on the surface. Next is biogenesis. Life comes only from life. Here life means the condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, function, activity and continual change preceding to death, is called life. Here life comes only from life and not from non-living substances. The life doesn't come from non-living substances. This is called biogenesis. Living organisms produce young ones of their kind. Here living organisms, what they produce? Young ones. Young ones they produce of their kind. Histology. Next is histology. The study of microscopic structure of different tissues is called histology. Here the study of microscopic structure. Microscopic means too small as to be visible only with a microscope. This is called microscopic. With the help of microscope, we can see different types of tissues. The study of microscopic structure of which tissues, different tissues, is called what we call as histology. And it also called as microanatomy also. It is also called microanatomy. Next is embryology and ethology. Here difference between embryology and ethology we will discuss. The study of events that lead to fertilization, cleavages, early growth and differentiation of zygote into an embryo is called as embryology. Here, the study of events that lead to fertilization means the process of combining the male gamete or sperm with the female gamete or ovum. The product of fertilization is a cell called a zygote. In cleavages, cell division, especially of a fertilized egg cell, take place. Early growth and differentiation of zygote into an embryo is called embryology. Here embryo means it is defined as an unborn offspring that is under development. Here the study of events that lead to what it leads to fertilization, cleavages, early growth and differentiation of zygote into an embryo. what we called as is called embryology. Next is ethology. The study of the animal behavior based on the systematic observation, recording, analysis of functions of animals with special attention to physiological, ecological and evolutionary aspects is called ethology. Here, the study of the animal behavior means in this animal behavior will observe based on the systematic observation. Here systematic observation means typically involves specification of the exact actions, recording, analysis of functions of animals. In this, what the animal is doing is observed with special attention to physiological. It deals with the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. And ecological, it concerned with the relation of living organisms to one another and to their physical surroundings. And evolutionary aspects means it is defined as a study of the history of life forms on earth. Is called ethology. Next is paleontology. This branch of science is called paleontology. The study of fossilized remains of organisms of the past geological ages is called paleontology. The study of fossilized means fossils are preserved remains or traces of remains of ancient organisms like bones, shells, feathers. Remains of organisms of the past geological ages is called paleontology. Paleontology includes two types, paleobotany and paleozoology. Paleontology includes paleobotany and paleozoology. Paleobotany means a branch of botany dealing with fossil plants. Paleozoology means it deals with the recovery and identification of multicellular organisms and animals. Next is zoos are tools for classification. Zoos are the places where wild animals taken out of their natural habitat are placed in protected environment under human care. XC2 conversation. Here, which are the places of animals? Zoos are the places where the animals taken out of their natural habitat. Here, natural habitat means a natural habitat is a particular environment in which an organism lives and meets the conditions an organism need to survive. Is called natural habitat. Are placed in protected environment under human care. Where it is placed in protected environment under human care. XC2 conversation. XC2 conservation means it is the technique of conservation of all levels of biological diversity outside their natural habitat through different techniques like zoo, aquarium, etc. Zoos help us to learn about the animals, external features, feeding habits, behavior, ethology, etc. Zoos help us to learn about the animals, external features, feeding habits, behavior, ethology, etc. Zoo, what it helps us to learn about animals, external features, animals' feeding habits, animals' behavior, ethology, etc. These observations enable to systematize the organism and position it in the animal world. These observations, what it enables to systematize means the act of planning a system, the organism and position it in the animal world. Next is preserve skeletons of animals, dry specimens. Skeletons of animals are preserved in containers or jars in preservative solutions. Here, skeletons of animals are preserved. Here, preserve means to prevent from decomposition or chemical change in containers or jars in preservative solutions. Here, preservative solutions means preservatives are substances or a chemical added to prevent decomposition due to microbial growth. Some animal specimens are preserved as dry specimens. Some animal specimens. A specimen is an animal or a part of an animal preserved for scientific use is called animal specimen. They are preserved as dry specimens. Here dry specimen means a specimen that has become dehydrated. Insects are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing and pinning on sheets. Insects, where they preserve in insect boxes after collecting, killing and pinning on sheets. Preserve, to prevent from decomposition or chemical change. In insect boxes, after collecting, they kill and then pinning on sheets. Birds and mammals are usually stuffed and preserved in museums. Birds and mammals are usually stuffed. Stuffed means they are scientifically measured and preserved in museums. Next is trinomial nomenclature. Trinomial nomenclature. Next is trinomial nomenclature is the extension of the binomial system of nomenclature. Here, extension means lengthening and extending of the binomial system of nomenclature. This system permits the designation of subspecies with a three-worded name called trinomen. See here, permits means allows the designation of subspecies with a three-worded name Homo sapiens sapiens. See here in the example, Homo sapiens sapiens is a three-worded name called trinomen. Trinomial nomenclature. Trinomial nomenclature is used to name the subspecies. Example, Homo sapiens sapiens. And the next example is Corvus splendens splendens. Next is tautonymy. The practice of naming the animals in which the generic name and species name are the same is called tautonymy. Here, practice of naming the animals in which name, generic name and species name are same. See here in the example, axis spotted deer is called tautonymy. The name is called tautonym also. Example, axis spotted deer, and the other example is Guys, next important points or basic use I will continue in next video. Till that you study well by understanding, and if you like my video, please subscribe to my Easy Learning channel.